Let's go.
Right?
How am I doing the introduction again, by the way?
I'll give you a chance at the start of the session to say
Excuse
a little
me.
bit about yourself.
Okay.
And then we'll introduce your character whenever it becomes relevant that the party moves there. Hopefully in the first 30 minutes.
Okay. So I was in the room where it happened.
That is fine. Turn you up a little bit more. Sunrise, can you... Oh, I'll publish it. It just posted. Publish. Boom. Okay. Let's do this thing! And by this thing, I mean play music. Hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is, I guess, book one. We're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons tonight. Everything you're going to see on stream is going to be live storytelling. And it's super fun because there's like rules and stuff, but the story can go in any direction. This is Umoja Echoes, our second Saga 1, Session 2 of our campaign. And if you've been watching for a while, Umoja was our very first book of the campaigns. The book, Umoja is the Principle of Unity, and the book was all about a potential brewing war between nations and a civil war. And the unity that this community and area has is kind of being threatened and shattered. In that, this is our remix of that book one, and thanks to, as you saw last session, Anthem's time shenanigans, we're just on a whole little different timeline right now, and that's kind of cool. And hopefully this story ties in with what we're doing in the other books of the campaign as more weird stuff is happening around the world. If you are under the age of 14 and you're watching, stop now because you're going to see content that's inappropriate for you. And finally, for the first couple sessions, I like to give little tidbits of knowledge about the world. It's our own homebrew setting. You can read about it at www.ilderon.com. A cool it would be really cool if I take and like plan these out. I don't. I just say like, what's the cool thing that comes to my mind as it's relevant. I think a cool tidbit about the world. So last session I talked about the gods. Each culture has a different faith, as in far as like they're painted by numbers of, oh, these people worship the forge god and these people worship this. Each culture has a belief system that is relevant to the area they live in and their experiences and their cultural makeup. I think one of the coolest ones is in the Tide Gate, because the Tide Gate's this like island chain, and the major belief like within the Tide Gate a while ago was of a faith of a god who had many different presentations, and the Tide Gate, each take on the Tide Gate culture across each island is just a little different. So I thought that was a very cool matching. You can read about it on the wiki. I'm not going to waste much time because we're starting a little bit late. So let me jump into the recap. The party has, everybody in the city has been invited to the Sage's Manor. We are currently in the nation of Ardor Sarai, in the city of Ardor. Everybody has been invited to the Sage's Manor. Within the city, high citizens, low citizens, nobles, commoners, foreigners, citizens, I guess, have all been invited to the Sage's Manor. There is an army on Ardor Sarai's border from a neighboring nation, 40,000 strong, just filled with sellswords. It is causing a crisis, and the current administrator of the Immigration Council has gotten sick at the start of this month. And the conflict has only gotten worse and worse as tensions rise. The magnate has appointed a new administrator to the Immigration Council, and the sage, who is essentially the city clerk or the city historian, has invited everybody to his estate to party and celebrate this new appointment, and that this dark and difficult time is going to be coming to an end. Last session, our individual party members were walking around the party, meeting one another, interacting with one another, and we learned some pretty scary information. So Anthem Anthem's character was given a note to deliver to a lady who contracted assassins. I don't remember. Did you get her name in your notes, Phoenix?
Something with an M.
Okay. Her name was Moa.
Yeah.
Her job specifically, she contracts assassins to kill people for clients. You gave her a list of 7 names, and she told you from your conversation with her, this is not the first time she's been contracted like this lately, and it's a weird contract. It's not kill this person, it's kill any 3 on this list. Meanwhile, in the party, Ivana, Misty's character, was talking with some diplomats and ambassadors, and discovered one of her old criminal contacts was here, and the criminal contact was talking to the contractor, and the contractor let the criminal contact know that this party wasn't safe. There is a changeling here, a changeling assassin who has a contract for someone here. She doesn't know the details of it, and she's not sticking around to find out. Changelings and doppelgangers infamously can take on whatever face they want. Ivana's contact passed on the information and left the party. Then we had Billy. Billy ran into her ex, which was a delightful experience, as her ex was hitting on and talking to Anthem. The party then discovered that Lil Fear Madison had stolen the hit list that Anthem was supposed to deliver. After some back and forth, Billy and Anthem were able to get the list back and put it in the hands of the contractor, thus completing Anthem's final quest for the Tolls family, and she is free of her debt now. Lil Fear apologized and went outside. The rest of the party gathered together, meeting the scholar Amaru, who is a foreigner here and has been drawing is not just a foreigner, is an Ilderon, someone from the nation that has the army on the border, and has been drawing all the eyes of guests and guards. Ivana has been babysitting her to make sure that she is okay. Coming together, the party discussed and has been searching for the assassin within the premises. As the party was roaming around talking to people, you met a fella named Draylin Madison, and Draylin informed you all that the sage is not as innocent as you think he is, and he gave everybody the creepy vibes before Anthem noticed that he did not have a shadow. When she subtly pointed it out, Ivana tried to open her sense, her divine sense, to learn more about this man, and was completely overwhelmed with the presence of a god. Because in Ilderon, the gods walk amongst mortals, and most places you can just go right down the street and talk to your god and ask them a couple questions. Unfortunately for Ivana, there was a god hidden in disguise here, and opening her divine sense up to all of the people around her, she was overwhelmed with sensations and went mad for 7 minutes. Fortunately, the sage is an accomplished caster and came and cured or lesser restoration Ivana, removing the madness, and giving Ivana and her friends a room to stay the night while she recovers. The party has been called off at the growing fear of not only the assassin but a god amongst the party. And the other significant thing for the night, a guiding star appeared at the start of the campaign. It is the guiding star Mathis, the path to peace. Ardorians believe these stars to be prophetic. They often appear in significant moments relating to the paths that they lead the light to. The path to peace could either mean that peace is on the horizon, which many do believe, or it could mean that peace is currently being threatened, which, there's an army right across the border, so that one's not much of a prophecy and more of a observation of like, thanks gods. That said, we have a new player joining us tonight, as we will not have Pappy in this campaign. I've talked a lot, so I'm going to real quick introduce, and then we'll get started. Our new player is Jasper. They'll be joining us as our fifth and final. Jasper, if you want to introduce yourself and say maybe 3 sentences about your character, you most certainly can right now, and then we'll get started.
Okay, hello. I am Jasper. My character is Sable Ashford Calgarin. She is the current ambassador of the Dark Veil.
Alright. Love, can you find me a dice box? I don't know where one is, but it's gotta be somewhere around here. A dice box. Yeah. I'm rolling giant metal dice. Well, I can't see that. Thank you. I'm blind. I love you! Pay no attention to the dice box. I don't ever roll stuff behind the scenes. Alright.
Should anyone complain, I will check that she's not fudging her rolls.
Okay, let's get started. It is the night of the 4th of Servant, or the 4th of Father. You all are in the city of Ardersarai. People are clearing out of the Sage's party for the night. The Sage's house is... Why am I drawing in blue? I don't want blue. The Sage's house is in the city proper, overlooking one of the rivers that flow through town and overlooking the section of town of Maiden's Watch. People are slowly filing out for the night. Alshindoris is sitting, or is knelt with Ivana, and as your mind comes to Ivana, he's going to back up, and Draylin is going to kneel down and say, come, I'll help you to your room. He offers you a hand.
I guess I take it and stand up.
Alright, where is Draylin? There we go. Draylin begins helping you stand and walking you to the room. are walking you to the guest quarters. As he does, there is a moment of his gaze connecting with someone through a window into the garden. It is only a second later before Lilfear comes rushing in, and she's going to say, "My lord, let me. I'm here to serve." And he's going to say, "Of course." Lilfear will start helping guide you. Alshin is going to walk with you and say, I'll talk to my servants. Come. Does the rest of the party want to follow, or do you all want to linger about these guests leaving?
I'll follow. I'm worried about Ivana.
I do have a question. During the summary, you said that I did not see a shadow, but in the previous session, you said I did not see a reflection.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad. You didn't see a reflection. That was
Okay.
a gaff on my part.
Okay.
Okay. And is Anthem going also?
Yeah. Yeah, she would.
Okay. And is Amaru going?
Yep, Amaru, go to.
Okay. Let me roll a die. As the four of you begin to walk away, Draylin steps forward, grabbing Anthem by the arm and say, "A word, if you will."
A word where?
He'll gesture between some columns in the dining hall.
Is it populated enough so that people can still see?
Yeah, people can see you.
Okay.
He'll walk with you over there, and he'll say, "You have a look about you. A knowing one, a fearful one." And he'll nod and say, "But you're not the only one who knows things. We can be allies with one another. I'm here of interest for my nation." He'll nod up towards the hallway that Alshindoris and your friends are walking through. "I need information on that one. He's close with one of my political rivals, and she's never been able to keep her hands clean of anything. And if they're friends, that means they both spend time in the mud. You've been invited to his private quarters? Perhaps a job I can hire you for."
And what would you want? And what would I get?
He's going to say Alshin is smart, clever, and he would be wise if he had any nefarious dealings, not to record them, or he would be wise to record them, because the people that he's dealt with, my rival specifically, having any sort of leverage on her, it could change the whole course of this nation. If you help me, you get the same thing that I get, leverage on one of the most powerful women in the entire country.
And what do you plan on doing with your leverage?
Draylin is going to shake his head and say, "Let's keep let's keep our relations based on mutual benefit right now. I don't know what you would do with this information. You don't know what I'd do with this information. We have the opportunity to help each other and ask no further questions.
What if I said I also had leverage on you?
I'd say I have friends and powerful places that can make pressured situations become lighter.
Make me disappear.
Leverage, you could push me. You could heave against me, but I would not move. My final offer for you. I've traveled to the city only for a few days. I have a significant portion of funds that I was planning to live a life of luxury until the festival. However, I can part with them. 800 gold, should you deliver a item I seek.
What kind of item?
So we have a deal?
Would I be able to argue for a little more information and coin up front?
Give me a persuasion check. And how would you try and argue?
My brain is dying. This is vampire guy, right?
He does not have a shadow, potentially.
Okay.
Wait, you mean reflection?
Oh, I'm sorry, reflection. Reflection.
Yeah,
My friend is
reflection.
party. Bless you, Chloe. Bless you. You know what? 5 inspiration. Or 5 fortune for keeping me on.
Yay!
Thank you. Do you want to give me that persuasion check?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. And what are you saying along
Yikes.
with that? 14's not a terrible roll, especially at low levels.
Yeah, you could be better. Perhaps some gold up front, and also some. I do have a question on why. Your name again?
Draylin
Billy's
Madison.
ex. Okay.
Oh, Lilfear?
Yeah. Why does Luffy follow you?
He's gonna say, bugger that one. The town that I log out of, she's the magistrate's daughter, doing him a favor by employing her. Hell, I can't even get rid of her.
He does seem to bound scrape.
He shakes his head and says, I employ his daughter. He returns the favor by not taxing my logging operations too hard or sending many inspections. Like I said, I function off of mutual beneficial relations. If you help me, I'll help you. My word is honest.
Could I be paid slightly upfront?
It depends on how much money he brought to the party. Prepare yourself for a D100 check. He'll nod and say, why, I'd be willing to do such a thing, but I've left most of my coin back at the Magnate's Falcon. He'll pull out a pouch and toss it to you and say, hardly worth the job you're undertaking, but up front, this is what I can offer. If you feel it, it feels decently hefty. Unless you want to sit and count it out,
Nah.
it feels like a pretty decent payment up front.
Alright.
For the sake of your notes, you can add 95 gold coins to your character sheet.
Math. 150, okay. And if things go wrong, who should I frame?
He's gonna say, you look smart. You figure that out. He's going to turn to leave, but he stops and says, sages, members of the Ascended, Four Ascended, it's part of their religion to share their stories, to write down their tales, so songs can be sung of them. He writes in his office all the time. What you're looking for would be recorded in one of those tomes.
Alright. You have a deal.
And what I'm interested in is his dealings with Lady Lethalia Nakart. He's going to nod, hand on your shoulder, and walk by.
Why the hand on my shoulder?
Just like, you go get him, champ.
You go steal that stuff.
He's gonna say, I'm proud of you in a way words can't express. I kid. Anthem, if you want to hurry along, you saw the hallway they turned down. They are out of sight now, but you can rush off to try and find your party.
On the way, would there be any chance that I could just, like, rush up against random people and just, like, take their forms? Like, whoever. Anybody, really.
Roll me a fortune check. Roll a D100, and you are trying to roll within the number of fortune on your sheet. Hey, that is pretty daggone fortunate. I'm gonna give you a contact. I just want to see their importance. A servant, as people are leaving, the stairwell that you are turning, or rather the hallway you're turning to is a stairwell, and a servant is barreling down the stairs. She has different coats and cloaks that have been checked in here that she is returning to people quickly. She is not in your way, but as she's coming down, you can move into her way, and she will barrel into you and gather up her things. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Here, she'll get you gathered up and say, I'm sorry, I have to get these to the guests leaving. And she'll bow and keep running by you.
Alright. I just continue going back then.
Okay. Let me add a commoner to the Roll20 because I have a co-DM, and Insomni can get you a picture of whatever she looks like for the future. Love, there's a common. Okay, cool. Look at you. You're so smart. look at you. You're so smart. Okay. Delightful. Okay. Let me decide. I think I want to do Sable's introduction next. If I had a nickel for every time I introduced a character already staying at an estate to an existing party who also just got invited to stay at that estate in the past week, I'd have 2 nickels. That said, Sable, there is a bustle of servants coming upstairs. You have a diplomat's quarters here in the Sage's Manor, where you've been staying for the past couple days of your time in town. You have diplomatic business here with the Sage, and the party has kind of been a distraction from that has just kind of put your business on hold. That said, you do see him coming up the hallway. He has 2 servants with him, and he is talking to them of just give her space as long as she needs to rest up. I'll speak to her ocular. I'll speak to the ocular and get her some time off. We're in the presence of a god. How wonderful tonight is. He looks up to see Sable in the hallway. And how about you give us a description, Jasper, of Sable?
Okay. She's about 6'3". She's about 34 years old. She has a dark-ish green skin with tusks. She's a half orc to people, really. She's adorned in dark black and gold armor with a silver and blue dress woven in between, with a mace at her side, and her hair is a very dark black with 2 braids coming from behind her ears to her front that go just past her shoulders, and the rest is kind of tied back in a bun. She has some general star themed jewelry and earrings as well.
As you're standing there, you see walking into the room a foreign scholar that you loosely know, who has given you directions in town before. And then coming up the ways, you also see another person you've bumped into and has helped you around Art or Sarai. That said, as you are watching this affair go down, the Sage is going to call to you and say, Lady Calgarin! Lady Calgarin! He gestures for you to come forward.
Yeah, what's wrong?
He's gonna say, she she opened herself to the full force of divinity from a god that was in attendance to our Artemai affair. I'll send for a healer from my chantry. If you could just tend to her for the night, would that be okay?
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
He looks to Ivana and says, I'm sure you don't mind the extra set of eyes and care?
No, please, go in.
And he looks to Misty, Ivana, to see if that's okay with her.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
He's gonna nod and say, I have to go back with Vice Administrator, Irve. Please, make yourselves at home. These, premises were paid by, these estates were paid by the different nobles of Arder Sarai. I feel they're far too lavish for me to occupy alone. The sage is going to bow and head back to seeing off guests.
I bow in return as well.
You have a modicum of privacy as Lilfir is going to help lead you into the room. Once she does, she looks up and sees Billy is there too, and she's
I'm avoiding eye contact.
She's going to smile for a moment. Billy completely avoiding eye contact. She says, "Come on, I don't bite unless you ask."
She was helping with the Ivana stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say, well, I appreciate you helping with my. Thank you.
As she walks out, can you describe to me one more time, Jasper, what can you describe to me what Sable is wearing?
She pretty much always goes everywhere with armor. It's like,
Okay.
it's black and gold with on the right side a shoulder piece with like a white and purple, dark blue kind of dress in between the pieces of armor.
Lilfer stops for a moment, looks you up and down. There is something knowing in her glance before she smiles and walks by. Before she leaves the room, she stops and turns towards Anthem and says, My charge stopped you. Did he say anything interesting? Perhaps about the quality of service I've been providing? Phoenix's Anthem reply or also avoid eye contact.
Phoenix?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
We've all done it.
Yep. He says... He said you did well. And
Yeah, we hear you now.
she's looking right at her.
Roll me a deception check.
Please. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, good.
That's beautiful. She's going to say, you know, there's something deeply fascinating about that man. Deeply fascinating indeed. I'm glad that he appreciates my service. And my time with him, I found that he can become fixated on certain things. The way he levels an entire forest. You know, he's a logger. It's something, a passion of his, of when he brings down the trees, just hacking away at the foundation until they topple. Sometimes he'll be out there for hours or days with the ones he works with.
She trying to.
Deeply.
Can I-
And she'll walk outside.
Wait, is she trying to
Was
like
that a
make
threat?
his? Wait, okay, is that? Okay, I can't tell if that was like
You can
within
roll me an
earshot
insight
of Anthem. Like,
No, this was two anthems spoken out loud. You
Could I have
can
heard
roll
that?
me an-
huh?
Yeah.
I'm
Billy
in
can-
nat 20.
Wait, that's a.
Oh!
Wait, no, not nat
You
20. That's
can't.
dirty
No.
20. Never mind.
Yo,
Billy can
let's
tell
I
you
see.
didn't
what.
see that.
Hold on. Bring I can't look. I can't look at her in the eyes, so I can't tell.
She
Built her for skill checks.
She definitely beat your deception check. And Anthem, there is more to this lady than meets the eye. You can't quite place your finger on what or why, but she is warning you about something. As to what, she's very vague. She has left the room.
Okay, so that was a warning, not a threat.
Billy thought it was a threat. With the 8.
Anthem, I'll say from what Draylin has told you and how you have watched Lilfear and just your few interactions from this party, she offered to help earlier and he sent her outside. He told you he's constantly trying to get rid of her. You don't think they get along. Or even so much that whatever they're doing, that they're working together on it.
Do I feel like dealing with intrigue this early on?
There are 500 strings in this campaign. You get to chase whatever ones you want. I just told you you're going to a happy party, you're going to have fun, you're going to get to dance with people, and the immigration crisis is going to be solved, and it's fun. Hey, we're good.
It's so fun. There's an assassin, there's a doppelganger, there's a vampire.
Yeah.
There's blackmail, there's
Hey,
just
and
your average party.
We haven't even talked about the church that burned down either.
Huh?
Church.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's not a spoiler. That's already happened. That was like a week ago. In World a week ago. Or no, a month ago in World. A month ago, sorry.
Can Anthem actually chase her down after?
Yeah, you can. She's not running from you.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You stop her in the hallway as she's returning to her charge. She'll look at you, step out into the hallway, and will she stop? She'll turn, stop, and cross her arms. She tilts her head as if you're assuming you're about to say something.
Is anyone nearby? Like around that can hear earshot?
How about the party? You all have just seen Anthem dash out into the hallway after Lilfear's ominous warning to you. What are you all doing? And then I can paint that scene better for you.
Honestly, the first thing I want to do is ask, go up to Ivana and say, are you alright?
Not really, but I think we'll be okay. Just give me a couple hours, maybe.
Alright. Do you want to go follow after Anthem?
Honestly, yes, but I don't think I have the energy, so maybe I'll just stay here for a bit.
Alright, I'll stay with you.
Okay, Amara and Sable.
It's best you sit but being exposed to the essence of a god, that's kind of taxing on a person.
Never happened before.
And what about Amaru? If you were talking, Sora, you're muted.
Yeah. Sorry. Doing like my dogs. Sorry.
You're okay.
Well-
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What did I just miss? I've just been gone for like 30 seconds, and I feel
Okay.
like I've been
No
gone
worries.
for an hour.
Anthem has Lilfear has given you all a kind of ominous warning. It was very vague. No one was entirely sure what she was talking about. Anthem has just dashed into the hallway to talk to her. The rest of the party is comforting Ivana. Anthem asked if she was alone or if anyone was in earshot. So I'm just cutting back to the party to see what everyone else is doing. So if you want to comfort Ivana, you can, or if you want to go talk to or support Anthem, you also can. I just needed to know where you were before I answered.
Sorry, Ivana, I'm getting nosy. Could I try and just like eavesdrop on
Yeah, roll me
Anthem's
a stealth
conversation? Oh my god, I did not have that open.
It's okay. Do you care if I roll for you?
You can, if you could do that, would be great. Yeah.
Cool beans. I will message you your result. Because I already rolled my d20 and I don't know why I rolled it. Let's see. What is your bonus, Amaru? And stealth. Hey, love, can you message Amaru 20 30 20? Okay. So Anthem, you turn around, you look in the hallway. Yes, you are alone. Most of the people staying in these quarters up here were downstairs in the party. There are a lot of people across this estate in some of the larger rooms and guest halls that are either being found or leaving. For probably the next 10 to 15 minutes, you guys will have these quarters to yourself.
What is your patron's history with Lady Nedelia Nakart?
Lethelia Nakart?
Yeah.
Lilfear is going to think for a moment and say, none that I know. As far as I'm aware, Lethelia never leaves her keep. I believe it's only the Surreals she talks to. And the sole sworn of her own armies. You can roll me a insight check if you think she's lying to you. Or you can roll me a history check if you want information on Lethelia.
I'm going to do history and cross my fingers. Oh, yep.
Oh, that's a beautiful roll. That's gorgeous. Maru, or, not Amaru, Anthem. You are going to think back on it. You've always brushed shoulders with nobles since you've been in town. You're engaged to a rental paw, so you have lots of dealings in these circles. You hear gossip. Lethelia is an enigma. Her husband died a while ago, and ever since she doesn't really talk to anyone, and she seldom ever leaves her keep. The Nakard Alliance is orchestrated by her, although her hand is Lady Anadelia Surreal, one of the heads of another noble family. She does practically everything through the woman. As far as you know, you might not have ever even seen Lethelia.
Does he seem to have any interest in or rivals politically?
Lilfer is going to laugh and say, just a servant from a distant logging town. Don't know about the political dealings and workings of the capitals and the bigger families. Lord Madison's family, to be honest, is not that prominent. But he is soul sworn to the Rentalpaws, I believe.
Wait, to who?
He's or she's going to say the same deal most nobles in the north have with Walter. He does what Walter asks. Walter leaves him alone.
My brain's trying to connect anything right now.
I'll throw you a waterline. Give me an insight check. And I'll give you 2 DCs on this. You have 1 DC to realize stuff, and you have another DC against Lilfear. Those 2 are going to be 12 and 18. Oh, that was an 8? Yeah, I mean, I would say you're right at where you're at. You're trying to pull your hair apart of just like what is going on here and where are these threads converging, and you are going to get a brief moment of not deja vu, but a feeling of something that never happened. Dying in the ghost storm, being killed by one of the gatekeeper's servants, always feeling like you're behind a step of whatever caused the country to come crumbling down. And even though that never happened, that feeling converges on you right now to, if that was something, you're in the right place to stop it. Whatever this tangled web of shit is, thank God it has you to untangle it.
Is she going to?
Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just a joke that I have no idea if she can. Oh, awesome. Did you read the entire list of people on the volume note? Do you know any of them?
I'm sorry to keep making you roll so much. Give me a persuasion check on this.
No, it's all good. You're literally hitting all my proficiencies, and I'm rolling like shit.
What did you know about that list? It was a very interesting array of names. Counselors and dead people.
Yeah, speaking of dead people, the live ones might become dead, because that was a hit list I found. I'm pretty sure anyways.
There is a moment of like, as you're talking, and you say that like so casually, it's almost like Lilfur knew, and then she remembers she's supposed to be surprised of like, oh my gosh, all those people are gonna die. Oh no, what are you gonna do about that? Surely your powerful adventuring companion might be able to prevent one or two of them.
You're the most awful liar I've ever met. Maybe you should recite it more. It'll roll off your tongue better.
She's gonna say, let me try my surprise face again. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this, but I rolled a 2 for her first deception check, and I rolled a 2 for her second deception check. She's gonna go turn around and
She is the worst liar.
like, you know what? I'll give you a Dungeon Master D percentile check.
What's that?
I'm gonna roll a D100 on your behalf on if her shitty rolls change this situation. I think Lilfur will step up and say, Lilfur is going to step close to you. Very close, like uncomfortably close, like close enough to shank you in the side with a dagger with like one hand movement.
Please do.
As she does, she's going to breathe in, and she will pull the sides of her skirt show her, or the sides of her dress show her hips where the fabric cuts away. She'll pull her dress aside, and looking down, you can see...
What?
It's uncomfortable, I'm letting you know.
Okay.
Looking down, you can see 3 silver dots on her abdomen. She's going to say, things are happening here, and there are those out there that would prefer that the foundations don't get chopped until they topple. We're working on it. She smiles and says, should you ever feel concerned, report what you know to somebody with one of these. Have a good evening. Enjoy the party. She bows, and she's going to walk away.
From that, would I understand more about the tree chopping analogy?
Yeah, Draylin has told you he wants information on very powerful people. Whether his motives are good or bad and what he would do with that information, it's questionable. You can know that Lilfur probably doesn't trust him with it. I'll give you one final check, a history check. If you recognize that symbol, it's DC 20.
3? 23?
God. This is your thought pattern. Renalta, damn it. Like, that is the symbol of the silver sigil. Not entirely sure what their motives are. They are working within most nations, and they have a hand in persuading events. Sometimes the silver sigil being places causes huge waves of destruction and chaos. Sometimes you don't even know that they're there. However, you can place that Lilfur is a silver sigil agent. And with the other information, you can probably place that they've planted her to spy on Draylin.
For destruction and chaos, or subterfuge, what usually happens after? Like, is it good for the nation? Is it bad for the nation? Usually?
The silver sigil has very little open presence in Arter Sarai. I would say Anthem doesn't have that information.
Okay.
There are some nations that they work openly in, like the Darken Vale. They have a place on the Empress's Council. For whatever it's worth to Anthem, for any history books reading she's been, most people don't like the Darken Vale. The Silver Sigil's really an enigma of an organization and harder. Everybody has mixed feelings about them. There's one old cranky criminal in a cell that would burn down every one of their houses if he knew. But that's just a joke. But yes, you can place that Lilfir is a Silver Sigil agent, and you have enough information to know that she is probably spying or working against Draylen.
Alright. She also leaves the room.
Okay. As you turn back, Amaru, you have been peeping and listening out into the hallway at this conversation, and Anthem is coming back. You get all of that information, and you have found yourself with a group of people and a set of situations that, hey, could be fun, could be way more than you bargained for. What do you want to do? You have, I'll give you a minute to make a decision. And if you're talking, Sora, you're muted.
I'm just thinking. Amaru is just going to pretend like she was helping Ivana the whole time, and just roll with it for now. We'll stick around, see how long they'll keep me around.
Okay. Can I get you to roll a deception check off of your character sheet?
Gotcha.
All right.
Oh,
Anthem, you come back into the room. People are crowded up around Ivana. You all are together as a party, and you have a modicum of privacy. What would you all like to do?
Anthem, what were you talking to her about?
Paper.
Could you please
Give
be
me
more
a
specific
deception
than
check if
paper?
you don't want to give more
Paper's a
information.
fun subject.
Oh, nah.
I'm not gonna make anybody
Yeah.
challenge that.
Yeah.
Lilfer knows some shit. Anthem probably knows some shit now too.
Yeah, I know Lilfir. I know that's bullshit.
Do you find anything else about who might be killed? You know, the thing I kind of want to stop from happening.
Yeah, no, she didn't have much on that.
So what did you talk about? And don't fucking say paper again.
There are a lot of... It's a shit show behind the scenes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
Blackmail, murder,
Oh, so the usual. Fun.
yeah.
We call those the toll specialty.
Yeah, I'm
That's the
used to
number 4
that.
on the menu.
Yep. Been through all of it.
Secret organizations, Oh, also there's a vampire or dampier in this place,
Really? Oh, was that the thing you were worried about earlier?
yeah. Yeah, Tim.
Oh. Huh. Do you think we should trust him?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Honestly, I've never met a vampire before, so I don't really know how to approach that. I mean, when you're around enough bad people, at what point is someone bad? And at what point are they actually bad? There's like bad and there's bad.
Oh no, he is bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well,
What's about someone getting killed? And what's a vampire doing here?
That's a
What?
great
What's going on?
question.
So that's kind of why I felt the I was trying to see what was up with this whole deal, and then I went mad for a couple minutes there. But so I don't know much about the vampire, but we found maybe like a kill list. We think we're not 100% sure,
huh.
and I know some inside information that someone's going to die tonight.
Oh,
In other words, it's just a fun party.
Oh yeah, also doppelgangers. Look for people
Oh,
without
but-
shadows.
Yeah, but
Oh.
someone on that list is already dead. That
Who?
was interesting to me. Sean Anav.
So do we think that this is not a kill list specific for this party, and just instead this is already ongoing?
Maybe it could be. It could be kill them all eventually.
Yeah.
You could ask your family about it, Billy. They were the one that handed me that
Yeah.
list.
That's a good point. Maybe I'll talk to my sister about it after the party. She's unfortunately busy doing something.
They might be dead by the time the party is done.
Shit, you're right. I think Lennox is around here somewhere, but I have no idea where he went. He knows a lot more than I do about this sort of thing.
Chloe, being conscious of your time.
Yeah.
We're approaching it, I believe.
Yes, I would really appreciate it.
Um,
Soon, I'm so
how
sorry.
How about we send Billy off to find Lennox?
Oh, that's a great
and
idea.
then We'll leave her there for the session.
Yeah, that's a
Okay
really
with
good
you?
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. I really did feel badly for putting a halt
no
in
worries.
it.
And I will message you probably next week, not this week, about other shenanigans at the party that she might encounter.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your
this is a great session.
dinner.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, guys.
Hi.
Bye.
Billy is going to, as you say, she should ask her family. She is going to remember Lennox is here, exhale, and go find Lennox, and probably be scolded for making a big scene with Lil Fear. The remainder of you, Maru, Sable, Anthem, and Ivana. Amaru, I'm gonna put a thought in your head as a character. The way I like to do this, rather than like railroading or pushing, I like to let fate kind of decide in these little helpful nudges. So give me an intelligence check. It's a flat intelligence check, and I'm going to put it at DC 8 for a relevant thought in this moment.
How do I do it?
If you want to open your sheet and just click your intelligence stat. Let's see.
Oh, the stat. Okay, I was clicking the number.
Yeah, if you click the name, it should roll for you. 6. So I won't give you the nudge, but I won't connect. So normally what I do is I connect these. I'll point out the information to you, and whatever you think on it is what you think on it. You could hear all of the conversation Lilfear and Anthem had. You could not see it. Anthem and Lilfear were standing close to one another. Does that make sense?
Vaguely.
Yeah. You could hear and see them in the hallway. They talked about things and kind of gestured and stuff to one another, but they were like, you were looking at Anthem's back the whole time. That said, you all are together in the room, and you can still do whatever you'd like to do.
Like, what time would it be right now?
Man, the party was really just kicking off before this big fiasco happened. I would say it's about 10 o'clock. It's the late hours of the night. Or not the late hours, but it's like the true hours of the night. Ardorians are people who enjoy a celebration. And this affair was planned to go deep into the evening.
Are people like filtering out now?
Yes,
they
are.
Okay. Okay. Is there? I feel like I just want to maybe go back out and look. Maybe do like one last sweep for like shadows or anything. Looking for anything. Maybe doesn't. Just like one last like look around.
Sure. Let me pull out my. Okay. You can go into. You can go into the dining hall, watching people leave. You can go into the garden and see there are some people still staying around the fires in the garden. Just few, maybe a half dozen or so people. Many of the soul hearts, many of those fire spawn guards do stay. And as you step out, or rather, as the dining room clears, you see the young heir to the Soul Heart family is still watching people depart. You can give me 3 perception checks to see if anybody doesn't have a shadow. I think I explained this to Anthem, but I don't know if I've explained it to the whole party. So doppelgangers can be entirely aware that they don't have a shadow, and they can hide it with like clothes and things, because the clothes they wear will have a shadow. It's if they're fully disguised as like they've shapeshifted, wearing no clothes, and have changed their whole outfit using their shape-shifting ability, is when they have like no shadow. So more so what you're looking for is not a lack of shadow, but a irregularities in shadows, like seeing somebody wear a hat but not seeing their hair, seeing, you know, a cloak but not necessarily like the head coming from it, or their ankles connecting into their shoes, or things like that. And since that's so much more minor than just trying to see who doesn't have a shadow, trying to identify a doppelganger is a DC 23 check of a perception.
I cannot do that.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you know they're rolling without a if you know they're rolling like without clothes and stuff, it's a DC 19 check. You don't know either, whether they have clothes or not. But I just wanted you to know the two things you're shooting for. So you roll me 3 perception checks, and kind of basically trying to identify doppelgangers amongst you is a very difficult affair.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You look, and just the crowds of people leaving are unfortunately blurring together, looking for any of these irregularities of like who doesn't have hands, or who doesn't have hair in their shadow is just near impossible without asking each person to like step aside as they leave.
Okay, I just wanted to check one last time, see if I could see anything.
Okay. Do you want to talk to anybody else, or do you want to head back?
Can I see? Actually, never mind. I'll do that later. I'm good for now.
Okay. Yeah. You all have the evening, to essentially yourselves, an ominous sense, lingering over, this place. I'll give the party, one intelligence check. You all can roll it. I'll put the DC at 14. Yeah, and it's a flat intelligence check.
I just heard give the party 1 intelligence, and I'm like, yep, that's about how much intelligence we have combined.
Hey, Amaru's a scholar. A scholar is really good at stabbing things, but scholar nonetheless. All right, Amaru and Anthem. Thank goodness that Sage Alshandoris has cleared out the party. If the assassin is trying to get somebody, they've probably either left following them, or if they're still in the estate, the list of people that you need to be aware of or try and protect has shrunk significantly. You've got about a half dozen people, of other ambassadors and diplomats, staying in the estate currently. And other than those people, you have the sage himself, the people that he's personally meeting with, and all of the different soul heart guards. Out of those, you can narrow down a pretty decent list out of people that you know of who's important that's left inside of the estate. So you don't know where the assassin is going to strike, or when, or who they are, but out of people that would probably be really good to kill, the sage himself, the vice administrator would be a great target, or the heir of the Soulheart family. Unfortunately, you don't know the rest of the people staying in this state, but those are just the people you've met so far. Oh, you've met a ambassador, Sable Calgarin. She's a Calgarin. That's a scary name. Probably an important lady. Probably also worth a dagger.
Oh god.
But yes, your list has significantly shrunk. Rather than now trying to sort through an entire party, you have 3 people that the assassin might hit.
So, should we split up? Is that a good idea?
Maybe like post, but I feel like the sage he's very accomplished, right? Like he has his own guards, and stuff. Does he really need our protection?
Are you asking me that, or are you asking your party?
Oh, no, kind of just them, I guess. Kind of just like figuring what we're gonna do.
Well, assassins are good at their job, so I don't think even guard will do anything. So
Mm. I don't really. I'm out of ideas.
who were the other two again?
The vice administrator of the Immigration Council, the guy who was just appointed to his job. That's who this party is celebrating. He's actually here. And then the heir of the Soulheart family, you haven't met them, but the party as players is aware that she is here. This girl is helping organize the guards in the party. The Soul Hearts are responsible for the safety of high-ranking officials within the religion of the Four Ascended. Her family's job is keeping important people in their religion safe. She is the heir to the family.
Well, someone's getting killed the same day someone's getting appointed a new job, so
Yeah.
it would make most sense for them to be them, right?
Yeah, that's not a crazy leap in logic.
It can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
But that's a chance.
I just wish we knew more about whatever this list means.
Question to the DM: how is the security looking like around his office right now?
I don't think you've gone looking at it. You want to find the sage's office?
I think we all went in front of it, but then we started like choosing whether or not to go in or not.
The sage's office is actually a very private place. So, as the sage of Arter Sarai, essentially he's a Google search for the whole city. So his estate is constantly having people come in, hosting big events. Ardorians heavily believe in astrology and stars. In a tower attached to his estate is actually where his private office is. It is quite a trek to get there.
Should we go check it out? No, you're not inside, but like see around and stuff.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. See what security's looking like.
Can Anthem
I'm down to
steal
go.
another pair of clothes? Like for
Um,
when all the people were going out, like surely something goes missing, you know?
Yeah, I'll or actually you roll me a fortune check. You're trying to roll with inside your fortune range.
Is
with a
Anthem-
D100. Go ahead.
Is Anthem like distantly related to a certain man who wears suits and is bald and has a barcode on the back of his head by any chance?
No.
Oh.
Is that who the assassin is? Is this a family matter here?
No.
For Anthem though, as you go asking about, it would be bad for the servants to let you take anyone else's clothes as they're distributing them.
Damn.
But they do give you a extra pair of traveler's clothes that they would have for like guests if you spilled something on yourself at dinner or something like that.
Oh, okay.
they're rather drab, and they are crested in the chantry of Concordance, which is they have the crest of the storm god on them. But you can wear them if you so desire.
Alright. Yeah, any pair works.
Okay. You can add a set of I think I want to give you commoner's clothes, actually, because I think traveler's clothes are different.
Oh, okay.
You can add a set of common clothes to your character sheet. Okay. The Ivana and Sable want to go look around the office. Does anyone else want to do anything before I handle them? Amaru and Anthem.
Do we know if any of the people on the list are still here?
Any of the people on the list are still here. You can go look for them. You don't know that information off the back.
I guess, yeah, I'll try and go look for anyone on the list.
Okay. And your strategy is just asking about them?
Yeah, just... I guess... Yeah, I mean, a couple of them seem like just look for anyone important that I don't recognize, but I'll also, ask around about them a little bit.
Okay. So, you ask about, and only two of them are. You ask about, and only two of them are still here. Let me re-roll this. Only two of them are still here. You don't know who Kytrina Elslore is, but somebody points you towards the gardens. And you did see Nyvira Dardel earlier. You can go back and check for her, and she is laughing and talking with another group of people, just waiting for kind of everybody else to clear out, and just not really taking the threat seriously enough, as she is enjoying the wind down of the party.
I think I'm just going to sort of linger around that area and just keep an eye on Nyvira.
Okay. I did, by the way, add information to your list, and this was information that was revealed last session. And just what you all know about the names. Does Anthem want to do anything before I go to Ivana and Sable?
So the tomes would be in his private,
Study?
study, right? Okay.
Yes.
How does one get in there?
I don't think that's information I can give you unless, you go looking.
He goes looking.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. Evens, I handle Amaru first. Odds, I handle the party. 6. Okay, Amaru. Yeah, it was quite the affair. Here, hundreds of people from all over the city, from all different walks of life, hanging out in the gardens, the dining hall, the theater hall, the different sitting rooms, and one by one these rooms are being cleared out. You can watch until you can watch for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes as time ticks by, while Ambassador Dardell is talking. After about 3 minutes of conversation, she's going to break away and say, "You'd all excuse me." She turns and looks directly at Amaru and is going to walk her towards you, her hands behind her back, and say, "You've been staring daggers into the back of my head for the past 5 minutes. I suggest you speak quickly. And if you are an assassin, I wouldn't advise making any other moves because it won't end well for you."
I've only been watching you for your own protection, friend.
She's going to smile, nod, and say, "I've served on Betrayer's Isle. 1 deployment. And they said that I had a ferocity too fierce for the battlefield. They sent me to squabble with politicians here in this city. I can assure you, there is no greater aspiration I feel in this world than when I'm besting a foe. Don't worry about me." She nods and says, "Enjoy the rest of your evening and get home safely."
Amaru is going to just kind of nod politely and go to the gardens instead, and even if she can't particularly like pick out who Katrina is, just sort of watch over for like any, I want to say like sudden movements, anything interesting happening.
Okay. Yeah, so, like I said, there were about a half dozen people left in the gardens. This was one of the first areas to clear out, because away from any of these fires, it is kind of cold outside. Ardorian winters are not the easiest things to bear. Out of the people out here looking for Katrina, give me a perception or actually I'll use your passive perception. Or you can give me a perception check. It's up to you.
I will. Let's test my luck. Make an active one.
Okay, go for it.
I should have just used passive.
You are going to look around. There are 2 fully armored women out here, arguing with one another. The rest of the people are bundled up, watching the flames. One of the women looks bruised on her face. As they are talking, you try to listen in, and just an Ardorian wind is going to whip at your face and ears, and you scrunch them, and all you hear is the whipping of the wind. You do not make out what they're saying.
I think I'm gonna leave them. I think they're
Okay.
fine.
Those were the 2 you were able to find. Give me a direction, and then I will jump back over to the rest of the party.
Direction just being like,
What do you want to do? and
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
put you on the back burner of my mind, and I will come back to you when it's relevant.
I'm gonna go back to the room with Ambassador Dardell and just try to look, like, just stay in the same room as them, with trying not to look like I'm spying on them.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make you roll a deception check because you're not spying on them, but you're trying to look like you're not spying on them. So roll me a performance check for this, because you look like you're spying on them. What? Where is that? Oh, 12. Okay. Um, as you are back in the room, Nivira looks towards you every couple minutes, like with a roll of her eyes, and each time you're just like, wow, what lovely drapes are in here. You do pass the check for the most part. It is a they linger for a little bit before it's kind of like uncomfortable, just like having or kind of like having a helicopter around you before she is going to say goodbye to her contacts and friends. She watches you and leaves the room. Where Ambassador Dardell leaves, 2 Soul Heart guards are going to come into the room and watch Amaru. And I'm going to jump over to the rest of the party if that's okay with you.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Let's go to the rest of the party. You all are going to ascend into the Tower of the Sage. I'll roll you a percentage die. Fortunately, most of the Soul Heart guards that would protect this tower are downstairs seeing people out and just seeing to the immediate crisis of like, oof, there's an extraplanar entity here who we don't know what their goals or aims are. Let's get everybody out safely. That said, the stairs to the tower are mostly unguarded, ascending the tower up several flights. You land in a large lobby. There are bookshelves lining this space. It's about 20 feet in either direction. As you arrive in the center of these bookshelves lining this long room, both to your left and right on the east and west wall, there are 2 doors. There is a moving light here, as presumably somebody is walking with a lantern up here. Unlike the rest of the manor, this area is only lit by the 2 torches on the east and west wall above are next to the doorways.
Okay, do we want to be like... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was saying, do we want to be like sneaking around, or do we just kind of want to like not, I guess?
We try sneak. It's best not to be caught, but if we do, I don't think it's that big a deal.
I can knock them out.
That's
With a sleep spell. With a sleep spell, not physically.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, should we try to just...
We should
I don't know,
do it sneakily.
Alright.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Love, don't be so ominous. I can hear you, though.
Would it be possible to cast an alarm spell to make sure, like ritual cast it, in order to make sure like we get warned?
Yeah, it'll take 10 minutes, and it does have verbal components.
Okay.
13 and a 13. Does Anthem want to just stay at the stairwell and cast?
I'm not wearing heavy armor.
Is there anybody what is it, expected to be up higher
Hold on.
in the
let me
tower?
Just double. Unfortunately I didn't. I did overlook your sheet before the session, Sable, but I didn't check all the intricacies of why it says that. So you've got. Okay, you've got scale mail on.
That's medium armor.
Yeah.
Right? Is it the shield though? Maybe.
Gale Mill, I'm pretty sure it imposes disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah.
A lot of armor in it.
I'm looking at the page right now. Weapons and armor is one page. Okay. Yeah. It's
Oh yeah,
the
you're right. It
scale
does
mail.
says disadvantage stuff.
Okay.
I know why it says.
Yeah, I don't know why it says heavy armor. It's probably just some setting they have tick of these armors cause it. There's some lazy coder who's like heavy armor. Boom.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, that's going to be a 13, and Anthem is ritual casting at the stairs.
Would we expect someone to be up higher, like in case I'm needed to knock something?
Yeah, I mean, roll me a intelligence check, and I'll put this DC at 11.
19.
Anthem, these are the sage's private quarters. Up here is where private instruction would go for his Sagites. In this library, this would probably be somewhat of a intimate space to teach and to learn, that wouldn't be open to the rest of the public, and only for members of his order. It's kind of weird that you're even able to walk up here without someone stopping you.
Wait.
There is one other person in this room with you guys, and I am going to put you on a timer for decision making. So I'm going to give you 2 more minutes to make up your mind.
What do they
before I
look like?
pass the scene. You can't see them, you just see their lantern light.
So what's our options? Do we go further up?
You are in a room with bookshelves lining both the west and east wall. There are rows of books. You don't have sight on everything between the books, or between these rows. If you were looking directly at one of these bookshelves, it's parallel to your vision right now. Like, these bookshelves run, they block your vision. Essentially, there's just lines and lines of these things placed in rows here on each wall. There is a door to the left and a door to the right. Somebody is walking between the bookshelves with a lantern. You can see the lantern light, you can't see the person.
Okay.
I think we just go for a door. Try to
Okay.
avoid this person. I
Um,
don't know. Does that sound like a good idea?
Sure.
All right, I'll roll you a evens odds check. Evens left, odds, or yeah, evens left, odds right. And I'll still need a decision from what Phoenix is doing. It's odds. You all are going to go into the right door.
Okay.
Mhm.
Phoenix, do you want an anthem to do anything different? Because I'm about to progress the scene.
She just goes with them.
Okay. You all can see the guard coming from the bookshelf. Their attention is focused elsewhere. You're able. Give me a stealth check for Phoenix, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You're all able to scoot to the other side of the room. You pull at the door. It is open. You do hear voices on the other side of it, but you only have a split moment before going inside, before whoever this is sees you. Turning around, or rather, as you step into this room, you are going to see "Tell me I was smart and I made a portrait for Irony." I didn't. Yeah, I'll add one, and then you can give me a portrait for him. I will. I'm just gonna put him right there, and then you'll be able to see him. Okay. Stepping into the room, you are going to see two older gentlemen having a conversation with one another. The sage is actually up here, and he is sitting with Lord Irvy. Lord Irvy is a older-looking half-elf. He is the vice administrator of the Immigration Council. You met him all earlier this evening when he was down in the dining hall, greeting and talking to guests. As you step into the room, let's see. I want this one. As you step into the room, you are going to hear the vice administrator say, "It's your damn contacts that have drawn their ire. Do you think they?" He stops as you all step into the room. He looks over his shoulder and stands up out of his chair. Vice Administrator Irvy fixes his clothes a little bit and looks back towards the sage. The sage is going to look at all of you in his room, or in his office. A moment of surprise. And I think there is a little bit of speechlessness before he says, "How much of this conversation have you overheard?"
None, honestly, none. I honestly came to ask you about that god. I just really wanted to talk to you about it, see if you knew anything. I'm really concerning me.
Roll me a deception check for Ivana.
Okay. $21.
The sage is going to look to Rani and then look to you all. And he's going to say, I'd be happy to answer. Oh, they share, by the way, a knowing look. He's going to say, I'd be happy to share information and knowledge, and I can take you down to one of the teaching rooms. But before I do, I have a unfortunately unorthodox question to ask each of you. The events of tonight are concerning, and for further trust, I need each of you to take off your shirts and armor.
May I ask why?
Um,
I'm willing to do it. I need like a little
Ivana,
reason first.
this is not the first time the sage has asked someone to do this. You were with Amaru in line when she talked to the sage, and before he started the conversation to answer her questions about stuff, he asked her to take off her jacket and looked her over.
Okay. So I know it's not like a weird thing, it's more of a him thing.
I will give the party a history check. DC 10 for Sable, DC 12 for Anthem, DC 18 for Ivana. I'm sorry that they are all different.
Yeah, no way.
No.
Oh my god, did all of you miss it by one?
Yeah.
I missed by like 5. I wasn't gonna know anything.
This, wow.
This is
Okay.
good luck.
hilarious.
The good rolls had to stop at some point.
Now, Jasper, you are new to the table, so I'm going to offer you some stuff because I just don't think I've had the chance to go over it with you. We have some additional rules for our group. They are in the Rulings and Homebrew channel.
Okay.
Replacing inspiration, we have a system called Fortune. Generally, when you do cool stuff, when things like go your way or you have like standout moments of roleplay, instead of awarding inspiration, I award Fortune. Fortune is basically inspiration that you have more control over. So you can spend Fortune to re-roll checks or to gain advantage on checks or get bonuses to things. When you are very fortunate and you're asking me questions of like, ooh, did anybody leave some important clothes laying around? Is this door unlocked? A lot of those little rolls, rather than me doing it behind the scenes, I say, how about you tell us, roll us a fortune check, and basically based on your fortune is how well or bad those rolls go. The bigger your fortune, the more often you're going to get successes on those rolls. So using it, you can use it, you can save it, you can do whatever you want. But we also have a misfortune system, which is the same thing, except you don't have to worry about me awarding you fortune. You can choose to take misfortune and re-roll the check. If you wanted to take 30 misfortune, you could re-roll that check, and I think 50 misfortune, you could have advantage on that check. If you wanted to. But this is something that's always available to you for any roll.
I think it's worth taking the misfortune.
Yeah,
So I think I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
It seems...
I won't. I got a lot last session.
Oh yeah, you did. Go ahead and roll another history check.
Okay. If it's worse, that would be hilarious.
Hey, 22. That's a oh
Way
my
better.
gosh, that's a beautiful check. Yeah, Phoenix, or Anthem, you get. I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna go from the bottom up. So, yeah, Anthem, you get no information. What a weird dude that like wants to look at your body. Like, what's he looking for? Maybe the assassin with no shadow. Who knows? Misty, for Ivana, you're gonna get the same information. Take off your shirt. No, what? Sable. There are members of a secret organization here that you are aware of. They are all denoted with a specific tattoo that is magical on their skin. It cannot be removed once it's been placed on somebody. It can only be activated or deactivated. It is a symbol of trust amongst their order. It is a symbol marking their individual members because their members don't know one another, so it's how they help communicate with each other. The sage is probably somewhat aware of this, and is trying to see if you all are agents.
Is it clear when one sigil is visible? Like, not visible, active or not?
Only members of your organization can activate them. They all look the same, though, whether they are activated or not. So they look like the 3 silver dots to any regular, to anybody not in your organization. Anyone in your organization who touches them is when the sigil lights up.
Okay.
The sage is going to say, I know it's an unorthodox request, but this is an unorthodox night. Please, if you will.
Okay, I start taking off my clothes.
Okay.
I was bluffing with the information, but I kind of also want it, so.
Okay. Ivana will reveal herself. Will anyone else?
Okay. I'm thinking really hard.
I give you a minute. I'll give
Okay.
you 2.
Alright.
Wait.
Okay.
Ivana, you can unbuckle your pauldrons and take off. Are you wearing full plate or half plate?
I think full.
Okay. Yeah. Once you get your chest piece off and you like go to start removing your shirt, the sage is going to like hold up a hand and say, it's something they have to show people quite often. It's in places not intimate. He looks over your body. You can pick up your shirt just a little bit. He'll check your abdomen and your legs, and he'll nod and say, thank you. You've sated, or you've quelled my fears.
You're welcome.
Looks to the rest of the party.
Okay. Sable says, I think I know what you're looking for, and you're going to have to trust me on this. This is something I don't associate with myself anymore. I turn around and I pull down whatever kind of collar or thing I have, and I reveal the tattoo on the back of my neck.
Roll me a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage on that.
Okay. Persuasion.
At that, 22, the sage's mouth is gonna go wide as he walks towards you, hand outstretched. He puts his pointer finger and middle finger on the bottom two dots on your tattoo and his thumb on the top one, and he turns his hand in a circle. Nothing happens. And he's gonna go, "You got out." He pulls his shirt aside, and you see the same tattoo on his chest.
Oh. This is the sage.
This is the sage.
Okay. It's
Can
a
we
past life.
trust your friend? All eyes turn to Anthem.
What?
He said, "Can we trust your friend?"
Why specifically singling out Anthem though?
Ivana has stripped. And Sable has revealed the tattoo. Anthem has refused.
Trust her?
Can I make an insight check on Anthem when they ask that question? Like, is it worry or is it panic or that kind of thing?
I'll allow it. Go for it. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
I would say you can get Anthem's surface demeanor. Phoenix, how about you describe to us, how does Anthem feel as all these people turn to her?
It's more of a confused and just a tiny bit worried. It's more of like, being suddenly put on the spot,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Ranny is going to speak up and say, well, thanks to our lovely hosts here for the evening, our country's probably swarming with more of whatever he gestures to the sages and yours sigils.
Yeah.
Alshin is going to say, "I didn't know who they were before they contacted me." At which point, Ranny is going to put up his hand and say, "You've helped to make this mess a great deal worse. All you need to do is be fortunate that I'm here to help sort out this mess." As you all are talking, a servant is going to step into the room with you all. She is going to look towards the sage and say, "We've managed to clear out most of the estate. There's just a few stragglers for the evening. The Soul Hearts have offered to stand guard to protect them if they wish to enjoy the light of the guiding star. Is that okay, my lord?" The sage is going to gesture and say, "Yes, sure, of course. And tell Randall not to let any more people up these steps." She's going to say, "Of course." She steps out. The sage is going to sit down at his desk, run his hands through his hair, and say, "They're going to try and kill me. They are. but he shakes his head and says they haven't yet, so I don't see why they would now. In any case, you wanted to know about the gods? You had questions?
Well, more just, do you know anything about the one that was here tonight that no one seems to be aware of?
He's going to look towards Anthem and say, I would request you step out the room, please.
What for?
Ranny is going to say, we don't know if we can trust you.
Is there any way to disguise changeling? Or is that impossible?
To disguise changeling? Like...
Yeah, and the shadowed stuff.
Oh, to try and display that you still, like, have a shadow?
Yeah.
I would say it's going to be a performance check. You can put the light between, like, you can put the light between you and them and, like, keep your clothes behind you, like, take off your shirt and, try and, keep as much of, like, yourself, covered. But, again, you only start moving your cloak away, and, it's areas, you know, you'd have to be able to show someone else, not your most intimates.
Yeah.
And after a moment, the sage and Ranny are satisfied. The sage will say, well, Vilrier is sleeping, as he has for century upon century. The Lord of Storms has not been seen in 700 years, but his power still flows through each and every one of us. He walks amongst men and women, and the gatekeeper often times seeks to understand us mortals more. It was her charge before she abandoned it.
What was her name again?
The gatekeeper?
Renal.
Yeah.
Renalto.
At that, there are other beings and deities in this world that could cause such a force. And he'll think on them and say, the Meandeth moves amongst us. The Shaper of Nations, the God of Jealousy, has been disappeared for quite some time. I am not a follower of the spoken wills, but it is taught amongst her people that she resides in her temple just outside the Walkwater Wilds. And likewise, her matron is the caregiver to our souls beyond. So he shakes his head and says, if not the Stormfather, if not the Gatekeeper, and if not the Shaper of Kingdoms or his children, I know not what presence would be here with us.
Okay, thank you. I just never felt like something like that before.
He's gonna nod and say, the Four Ascended are powerful to behold, but Soyesa and Umia, do not hide their forms from their followers. It's been said that the Stormfather is near impossible to discern from either you or I. I doubt his presence could cause that.
Would I have any feeling of Rennell being connected to the green storm in the future?
Give me a history check on that, or insight. I'll allow either. Just kind of like trying to search your feelings. And the sage will give a additional piece of information, and he'll say, there is a old story told about the gatekeeper. For those who play with her domain and toy with our world, she punishes them and takes in trade something equal to fit the action that was or the wrong that was inflicted upon the realms of death or the realms of life. In so much as she took another god's eyes from them, for the gatekeeper sees into our combined three worlds at all times: the land of life, the land of death, and the land beyond. And this is something of her nature she can never change, no matter what form she takes. However, it's said that when she took these eyes, it was a selfish act, one that allowed her to change her own eyes, to see into just one world. Suspicions whispered about those with green eyes, sometimes thought to be vessels of Renolta, the one thing the gatekeeper can't change: the eyes she wears of Oka. But if you're suspicious of every green-eyed person in the country, you'd lose most of your hair like I do, dealing with that silver sigil. He gestures towards Sable.
Would she in any way be connected to that symbol?
The silver sigil?
Yes.
Not that you know, and the sage will also shake his head and say, no, these are dark and terrible people. But he is going to shake his hands at that and say, we need not worry. The worst of the gods have been banished from this realm. The ones that remain move about their own agendas. None that should concern us. However, when he says that, I do want to circle back to Anthem's history check. The ghost storm, that feeling, that ominous like nightmare that is kind of haunting you, yes, that was almost a hole directly into the bridge, and watching it rain down on the city. Something that big and large likely could only be caused by her. He's going to say, however, what they seek is vexing and complicated.
Would you care to simplify it for us?
going to think for a moment and say, I don't wish to repeat a thing I've done on their behalf. They will haunt me until the end of my days. I think we can call this evening done for now. I'll see to it that my servants make you all breakfast in the morning.
Thank you. And then guess we just bow and leave.
Stay safe. I'll follow.
Okay.
Would Anthem be able to see, like, if there are any tomes in this room or another?
Anthem, there is a book on his desk. It is a journal with red and gold gilding on it. The leather of the tome is dyed green and has a symbol of the Stormfather of the Four-Ascended Gale Song, gilded or pressed into the cover of this book. It looks like a personal journal or diary of his. Otherwise, along the back shelves of his office, there are a handful of other books that look to be like handwritten.
Alright, she just takes it in and politely leaves.
You're gonna take it?
No, it like takes in the information.
Oh,
not
okay.
take it,
I was like,
not like
all
take
right,
it
just
in
walks,
front of him.
grabs the book. All right, see you later. All right. As you all step out into the hallway, you can head back down the staircase. It is worth noting that the servant is still there. She is waiting outside of the sage's door. She seems to be reading as you walk by.
How focused
had
is
that.
she on that reading?
Give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. She's watching you guys. She's got the
Right,
book
shoot.
open, but over it, her eyes are looking at each of you.
In a kind of waiting for us to leave so she can go in kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Wait,
it
we head
like
out
to be able to see
and
a
like
shadow?
maybe circle back?
Wasn't she supposed to do something?
Sable, you asked if she has a shadow. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
And Anthem or Phoenix, you're asking me as a player, or are you asking in character?
Yeah, as a player, because I do recall, the sage said something to her, like in the second part of his sentence, I think, that she was to be, like, go down and notify. Like,
I feel
soul hearts, yeah.
I'm not going to give you an answer one way or the other, because whatever you know as a player, you do know as a player, and if you want more info as a character, you can roll an insight check, and I'll,
Okay.
based on what you do, basically like intelligence check, like remembering stuff, history. I'm sorry. I'll give you extra information, but I feel like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's a very valid response. A DC 10 perception check. There is a torch above her, sending a shadow straight down. On the floor next to her, there is a lantern. The lantern light you saw from earlier. It is sitting by her feet. Whatever shadow would be there is presumably lit up from the lantern, causing a very vague, like faint shadow to be cast on the door.
Wait, that
Because of the two lights, it's less of a shadow and more of just barely an impression.
that's not right. The guard was holding that. Wait, where's the guard?
You're
Good
asking her?
point.
No, I'm thinking. Yeah, this is Anthem thinking
Pick it
too.
up.
Where in the world is that guard? Is the guard like knocked out, or like were they the guard? Wait, the guard was going through books. Why were they doing that?
As you all are standing here staring and having this like just
Look
stare
at
down,
off.
she is going to stand and say, "Stay busy for a moment, will you?" As from her feet, shadows are going to start pouring out, forming a massive hound made of shadows in front of her. The light cast against it, its form and skin is of a distant smoke that goes through it. At that,
Hey,
he
I
is
was
going
right.
to turn around and step into the room.
Oh,
I was
Oh,
so
nah.
into the room with the sage.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm wondering if we do combat or if we do theater of the mind here.
I don't care either way, honestly.
So if I have to set up a battle grid and I have to get if I have to set up a battle grid and I have to set up like tokens and stuff, I would prefer we handle this next session. Even though I know we've only we've been playing for 2.5 hours. We can do this theater of the mind, which I'm super happy to do if you all want to do this fight theater of the mind. And that way the rest of the party doesn't have to wait on us next session.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down with theater.
Okay. So standing before you, is a terrifying beast made of shadow and smoke. It is a demonic summon that snarls. It is a hound, hunched over on 4 legs, nearly as tall as each of you. The hound is going to snarl, guarding the door as the individual steps in, dropping her illusion.
We need to kill that dog.
Yeah, for a second, you all are going to see a doppelganger step into the room and out of the lantern light. I'm going to say you all have 3 rounds to dispatch this dog or hound. Its directive is to keep you all busy. What do you... Or actually, let's roll initiative. Otherwise, you can stand and stare at it, and it probably won't attack you. Give me a initiative roll for Amaru. Or no, I'm sorry. I've just moved my cards the wrong way. Give me an initiative roll for Anthem. I keep my cards of who's where, and I shuffled things together by accident.
I'm so happy the oh wait, what? My brain cells connected and all the dots just lined up just right then and there.
Add turn, and we've got add turn for Sable. Okay, and then go ahead and give me an initiative for Sable and give me an initiative for Ivana.
Okay.
9 for Ivana. 6. Oh, Sable.
Oh damn.
Good God. That's beautiful, Jasper. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, I've got to roll the bridge hound. Okay. You all have one initiative. What would you like to do, Sable? There is a giant snarling creature in front of you.
Okay. Spells.
Are we allowed to talk, like, when it's not our turn?
Yeah, I do allow you to talk, but not lengthy, like, back and forth conversations. Keep in mind a round of combat's like 6 seconds.
Yep. Can we see into the room?
She has closed the door behind her.
Ah, damn.
Okay. With command, doesn't the creature have to have like a certain amount of intelligence?
Let me double check that. That is a spell I use so seldom because I never get to play paladins. But wait, that's also a bard spell too. I think they have to understand the language you can speak. I never get to play. That's fair. You speak one more, must succeed. The target has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I will give you a free intelligence check. DC 14.
One second. No.
You have no idea if this creature can understand you.
Right. Okay. I think I'm going to attempt a old person. No, shit, it's not a person. Can't do that. I think I'm just gonna.
Go ahead.
I think I'm just gonna toll the dead on it.
Okay. That it's a Constitution save on its behalf, I believe. Toll the dead wisdom saving throw or takes. Okay. It is going to roll a 9 plus. 9 plus 1. It is going to fail that. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Okay.
Roll 1d8 necrotic damage.
I did that totally wrong.
Yeah, the slash first. Hey!
2.
Yeah, 2.
Wow.
All right. this creature is going to snarl, and it is engaged with you. Congratulations, you have its focus on its initiative round. Ivana, it is your turn. You have beat this Hound of Shadow and Smoke.
I think I'm just gonna try to hit it with my sword.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. 16, I do believe that hits. That hits.
Okay.
Roll me damage.
4 plus 7.
7.
Yeah, 4 plus 3.
Okay. All right. That is gonna be 7 points of damage. Let me check its assistances. Okay, cool. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
Oh wait, can I use divine smite to do more?
You can on that hit.
Okay. 9 more.
That is going to. All right, cool. It has taken 18 points of damage that you are aware of.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
All right. I just imported its character sheet, so I can roll in roll 20. Let me make sure all of these stats are right. They are not. Oh well. I'll just keep using its stat block. That is your turn. Anthem, it is your turn. A giant hound of shadow and smoke is blocking the door. The rest of your party is fighting and trying to get it out of the way, as the doppelganger has just walked into the room.
I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at first level.
Okay. Is that that's an attack roll by you? That hits. Roll damage. That's a beautiful damage roll.
Max and least and everything in between.
Hey, for me that makes my math easy. It has taken 30 points of damage that you all are aware of. It looks like its form is still holding. Anthem and Ivana, I will give you both a free intelligence check. DC 14.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly 14.
This is a creature you are loosely familiar with. Phoenix, for Anthem. Anthem knows that this is a bridge hound. This is a creature. This is a creature from the bridge. It is a demonic hunter that goes after wayward lost souls on the bridge. You also know Bridgehound's bites are venomous. And it is a very difficult thing to get rid of if you get inflicted with it. That said, it is going to attack. Ivana. It is going to miss its first attack, and its second attack is going to be 15 versus Ivana's AC.
16 is my AC.
16. Beautiful. Snarling with smoke and shadow. This thing's teeth are going to just arrive or appear out of this dark cloud, snatch once at you, snatch twice. You being able to dodge the first one and rebuff its attack on the second one. Top of the round, it is Sable's turn.
Okay. I think it's probably worth throwing a sleep at it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Go ahead
So-
and give me that sleep spell.
All right. Okay. Oh, 5d8.
Go ahead and roll it. It is going to be pretty near impossible to place this sleep without hitting some of your companions, but we will work on that. Mostly Ivana.
It does go lowest to highest in HP, so
Yes.
hopefully if we've done enough damage to it, it go to fall asleep.
Alright, and I think the other cool thing about the sleep spell, you don't have to see the creatures in order to put them to sleep.
No.
Yeah, it only says point within range.
Yeah. Alright. Your sleep spell is going to work. But I don't think it's going to target the people you want it to. So I'm going to roll a d6. And Ivana, you want anything greater than a 4 on this roll.
Okay.
Ivana, as you are fighting, you hear shouts and screams in the other room. Somebody slumps over a thump as soon as the sleep spell goes off. And now there is only the sage shouting in the other room. However, as you try and comprehend what you've just heard, the other 25 points of the sleep spell are going to target you.
Oh.
You're kidding. Oh, then I'm asleep.
Yeah. You slump over, and...
I didn't realize it had 95 HP.
Yeah, that is the sleep spell. I will allow you to... I don't think it's concentration. I think once you do it...
It's not concentration.
Yeah, I will allow you to run up and kick Ivana if you want, but you will get melee range of the hound snarling over her corpse. But it will wake her on her turn if you want to take that risk.
Sure.
Okay. Ivana, unfortunately the spell targets you. As you drop to a knee and you start slumping over, Sable is going to come up to your back, kicking your armor, like, hey, 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 hey! Not you! You can come to and shake your head.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything? Oh, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. I think I'm just gonna take another hit at it.
Okay, give me an attack roll. 12 is going to miss.
Okay. Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't think I can really do anything else. I just
Okay.
miss.
At the that's your turn. Anthem, it is your turn.
Oh wait, could I move out of melee range of the... Like move back a couple feet?
You can.
Oh,
you will take an attack of opportunity and
Yeah.
leave Sable.
No, I'll just stay then. I'll just
Okay.
stay.
Anthem, it is your turn.
I was considering using sleep, but after what happened, I'm debating not to.
I kind of want to tell you guys numbers but I'm going to wait.
Maybe just swing at it. Take a shot.
I don't have melee. Actually, I do have a stick. A very big stick.
You can shoot it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use another chromatic orb.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I'm not
Give
going
me
to.
an attack roll. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
On the Bridgehound's turn, it's going to take its first attack at Ivana, and that is going to be a 19 plus 4 for
Yeah, that
23.
hits. Yeah.
It is going to deal 1d12 plus 2 piercing damage. If the target is a creature, I'm sorry. Give me a DC. Oh, wow, that is a garbage ass roll for it. Okay, you take 3 points of piercing damage as its teeth sink through your armor. Give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 12 against Bridge Bite.
Nope.
You become afflicted with Bridge Bite. As you snatch your arm away through the scars, or rather the slit like areas of the leather of your gauntlet.
Wait, can I use silvery barbs?
Sure.
Okay.
How many times
Reroll,
a day can
right?
you use that? I think that's 2 a day.
No, it's not. It's unlimited.
Oh, it's unlimited?
Yeah, as long as you have the spell slots.
Oh, so you spend...
Oh, Chronergy. Chronergy is the other one that you're thinking about 2 a day.
Okay. So, hold on, can you link this feature for me?
Yep.
Silvery barbs. You magically distract the triggering creature, turn its momentary uncertainty, encouragement of another creature. The triggering must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. Has advantage on the...
Oh yeah, ignore the spell save. It's not, I don't think. It just defaulted it because I had to put it in manually because I don't have the books.
Okay. Hold on, this spell's playing with my brain. You magically distract the triggering creature, turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range. Okay. So I would allow this. But you do have to do it on the success of the attack roll. I think after rolling this Constitution save, that this becomes a little bit metagaming, so I will prompt this for the future. I will pause before I do further effects to give you all the chance to respond to them. I wasn't aware that this was a spell or something that you had access to, so now that I know, I will put time between things.
Yeah. I'll take the poison or whatever.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, what is it? What is it again?
It is Bridge Bite. The wound on your arm, your veins are turning black, and who knows why they call it a disease? You feel great.
Wait, if I'm a paladin, I'm a paladin, can I? It says for divine health, by 3rd level, the divine magic flowing through you makes you immune to disease. Is it a disease?
Is that level 3 or is that at level 4?
Yeah.
You get that? Oh, you get level...
It is level 3.
It is a disease. You are immune to diseases. Congratulations.
Perfect.
I remember that coming later as a paladin thing. That's beautiful. Yeah, you see the Bridge Bite spreading through your arm. You focus on your goddess, your will to protect your friends, and the bite is going to clear itself as the toxin or the disease is your divine power essentially erases it out of your system.
Amazing.
All right, that is its first attack. It gets a second attack at this one's going at Sable, and it is going to be a 17 versus your AC. Jasper, is that going to hit?
Oh, that's exactly my AC.
Okay. And it is going to be 1d12 plus 2 piercing damage. You're going to take a total of 12 piercing damage.
Am I allowed to silvery?
That's.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
Oh.
I will allow the silvery. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
The
Alright.
fortunate thing is these creatures only produce enough venom to inflict bridge bite once.
Oh, okay, great.
It's still 12 damage. That's a yikes.
Okay.
No, wait. So hold on. What's the thing?
Hmm?
You magically distract the triggering creature. So
Oh, also I need to.
They
Oh,
re-roll
wait, yeah.
a d20. So hold on. Let me re-roll that. It's going to be 4 plus 4 for 8 versus your AC. Then that's going to miss.
And I'm going to give advantage to I think. Who's first in turn? Or the initiative?
Sable is first, and Ivana is second.
I'm going to give advantage to the next attack roll ability check or saving throw for you.
Okay. In the next room at the end of the round, the screams become muffled.
Alright, you got like 6 seconds before we got to be in
They
there.
have quieted. Sable, it is your turn.
Okay.
Wait, can I request for them to open the door?
Oh wait, did I? Yeah, that's the bottom of the round. It's Sable. You want to request for somebody to open the door?
Yeah, because I have a plan for Vortex Warp. I can. Let's see. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so con save, but if you're willing, you can go instead, so you can just skip it. Go right past if I can see the room.
Yeah, you can ask your party to open the door. Sable, it is your turn.
Okay. 5-foot radius. Would a 5-foot radius catch any of us if I cast a spell?
You can play a 5-foot radius is small enough that you can place it in a way that it hits the bridge hound without hitting your friends.
Perfect. I'll cast.
Go ahead.
I'll cast straight moonbeam
Okay.
on the bridge hound.
That is beautiful. It rolls a save, and it is gonna nat 1 that save. I'm gonna give this a special condition because of the theme that Moonbeam plays in the world, and that the moon plays specifically to these creatures. With that nat 1, go ahead and roll double damage for that.
Oh.
Double your damage dice.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
26.
Beautiful. This thing is very bloodied.
But not dead. Okay.
It is not dead. Actually, I can calculate all of the damage that you've done. You all are aware that you've done at least 56 damage to it. It wasn't bloodied at 30, and it was bloodied at 56.
What is bloodied considered?
Bloody means it is under half HP. At some point between 30 and 56, it has gone under half HP. This thing has somewhere between 62 HP and 112. For
Oh,
the information you as players have available.
Okay. I think we need that door open.
We need the door open.
yes.
I
we
agree.
need
I
that.
don't think I can do that much damage.
Can we,
I'm up next, right?
Yeah, it is Ivana's turn. Oh, I'm
can
sorry.
I,
Did you want to do something else, Jasper?
Oh.
can I leap from bonus action? If I
Can
get-
you leap as a bonus action?
Yeah, is that a bonus action?
We we have a special action we provided you, or that I've given the players. It is leap, and I believe it is a bonus action for 5 feet. Do you want to just like leap and try and kick the door open or something, or leap
If
and
that's a
like pull the door
possibility.
open?
If that's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you still have your movement, so you
Oh,
can you can try and move and reach through this thing square and pull and open the door through it. I will say if you leap, I won't give you an attack of opportunity. If you simply walk, you probably will take an attack of opportunity from this thing.
Yeah, if I could leap so I don't get opportunity attack, would be great.
Okay. You can leap. Use your interact with an object feature or action for free once per turn. Pull the door handle open and land into the room. Beyond what you see in the sage's room, you see a whirling mass of shadows moving across the floor, almost like waves coming out from Kadum. Elevated in one part of the room is Rani Iravi. He is sleeping, and there are shadows swirling around his body and holding him up, covering his mouth. The sage is flailing as the same is happening for him on the far side of the room. Kadum turns and looks as the door opens. That is your turn. Ivana, it is your turn.
Okay, how far away are the people in the room?
I would say to move through this thing square, it is a 10-foot creature. So you would have to move 10 feet into its square, or through its square, which is already like it's a large creature, so you can duck and dive between it, but you can't really move through enemy squares. Then you need another 5 feet to move past Sable, who's in the doorway, and then you need another 10 feet to move to Kadum, who is in the center of the. Well, you can't see her from your angle walking into the room. So you're going to need 25 feet before anything, and since you can't technically move through the Bridgehound Square, I will throw you a bone, and I will say you can, if you dash through, it will be difficult terrain. So, or not if you dash, but it's going to be difficult terrain to try and push by it without killing it.
Could I do the leap?
You can do the leap. Unfortunately, the leap is not going to land you in a square. It is not going to land you in a square you can end your turn in. So you're going to need a total of 35 points of movement to get reasonably into this room.
Okay, I only have 30 feet. Okay. Should I just attack the dog again, or whatever it is?
It is
'Cause
very
I can't
bloody.
get in.
It is barely holding itself together.
Okay, I'll take a swing at that then.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a. That is going to hit. Roll me damage.
9.
9 points of slashing damage for 6 6d5. As your halberd goes through this thing, its form doesn't resist, but rather collapses under the swing. How do you kill it?
I think I just swing down on it, and then I don't know, the power of the light turns it into smoke, and it disappears.
Yeah. Your halberd comes down, and your divine energy just banishing this creature. And if I could add a little visual flair as your halberd scrapes against the stone, rather than sparks, it's just splash of water.
All right, then can I run into the room?
Yeah.
Get as far as I can in there.
Yeah, you can get in front. You can move into the room. You see the same scene everybody else sees. You see Kadam in the center of the room. She turns and looks at you. She will move later in the round. Anthem, it is your turn.
Am I able to see the sage? Wait, actually, who is getting killed first?
Who is getting killed? You can see Rani Irave. He is asleep. You can see or you can't see, you can hear the sage.
Would it be insight to see who's dying first?
Yeah, it's such a tough situation. I'll give you a free insight check. And that will help you assess the situation. As you try and figure out who is dying, this is the worst assassin you've ever seen, or questionably a weird one. The sage sounds very alive, and the vice administrator has been put to sleep by Sable, and is not struggling in this trap. She has had every opportunity to kill him too. What this woman is doing is beyond you. To answer your question though, who is dying first? It looks like neither. Or rather, it sounds like neither, since you can't see the sage.
Can I move in since the wolf's dead?
Yeah, definitely. You were 10 feet from the wolf, so you weren't in melee. It was 10 feet big, so it's 20 feet, and then you've got to move 5, 10 in front of Sable to get through the doorway. 30 feet gets you just into the office.
Do I gain any more knowledge from being inside?
You see the sage struggling against this torrent of shadows.
Is he being suffocated, strangled,
His
or
nose,
just being held up?
His nose is uncovered. It seems like he can still breathe. I am going to put you on a timer for a minute for a decision.
Okay. I'm going to use Vortex Warp and get him out.
Okay.
Does he consent to it?
I'm going to roll him a check. Real quick, if he is even conscious enough, or rather he is conscious, but the room and everything is swirling around him. as he fights and swats at these shadows, some of them go in his eyes, they turn him around, they turn him upside down. He doesn't know who's casting what on him. He does not consent.
Alright, then it is a con saving throw.
Okay. He has rolled a 14. What's the DC?
13.
He's going to feel your magic envelop him.
Wait,
and
can I
he's going to-
use...
Oh no.
Should I burn the Chronergy shift? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna burn it as my last one.
Okay.
My reaction.
He has to re-roll it.
Yes.
He is
Okay.
gonna roll a 15. Oh my god!
Okay.
He grabs his
Yep.
desk the best he can before the shadows pull and rip him up.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
I figured that was important enough that it needed to be rolled in front of everyone. But he is still wrapped in these shadows. At the end of the round, not doing this as cinematic effect, Katum rolled a 6 for her. Well, rolled a nat 1 for her initiative. So moving after Anthem, at the end of the round, Katum is going to wave her hand towards the window. The shadows are going to swirl into a spike holding the sage and shoot from the window. She's going to wave, twiddling her fingers, and run and leap out. The shadows holding Ranny are going to fall and drop to the ground. He is asleep. At which point,
no.
You all have question marked combat. You defeated the monster. You got inside and you saw what happened to the sage. That's
Wait,
a
can
success
we-
to me.
Can we go after him? I have Featherfall.
You can go after him. However, you can run to the window. We'll do this out of initiative. We'll do it theater of mind. Katum is moving in the night. Anthem, you know this magic, and it sends shivers down your spine. Roll me a Arcana check. But regardless, you're going to get information. This is Shadow Knight magic. Whoever taught her this, or wherever she gained the ability to do this, this is what the most elite warriors that you've ever seen that hunt, people like you use. They can move through the forest in speeds that are beyond comprehension, essentially surfing these waves of shadows and navigating the city almost if it was the Alien Woods. You can chase her. I doubt you'll catch her unless you nat 20, I would say 3 checks in a chase encounter.
I do have
She's
hold
a
person.
shadow sorcerer.
Well, that's not good.
Can I? Is she within 60 feet when I get the chance to see her out the window? By any chance?
I will tell you what. You roll me a fortune check. You have 1 fortune, unfortunately. You're
Oh.
trying to roll a 1.
Oh.
Roll a d100, and you want exactly a 1. If you roll within your fortune range, you rush to the window, and you catch her before gravity can do its work.
Nope.
You rush to the window, spell aimed at your finger, and she falls just beyond it before she starts surfing on these shadows into the city.
I could fly after her, but I don't think I'm fast enough.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do either.
How far is the drop?
You all are 7 flights up. In the city proper, overlooking one of the walls. So if you leap to try maybe one of the terrace neighborhoods next to this tower. Oh gosh, let me do math. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
This is the part of the session
Yeah.
where the Pythagorean theorem comes in and people are like, why are you doing that? Because you asked me a question and I don't want to cheat you. So you are 84 feet up. The nearest neighborhood, so the city proper, this part of the city proper, is built into the stone foundations, and you are on the side of it, so there are terrace levels of this like city as you go up the ramp back into the main part of the city proper. So there are neighborhoods not above you, but on a higher terrace than this that would be a shorter drop, if that makes sense. The nearest one is 3 stories down. You would have to leap. It would be a 36-foot drop, not counting any strength check, to leap and hope you get to the terrace. You land in the terraced neighborhood and not in, the grounds of the estate.
You guys up for chasing?
I don't think there's any way we can catch up, but
Yeah. We can try.
the mage, he's dead, right? There's
Ranny?
Yeah, Rennie. I mean,
Ranny is alive. He's breathing.
oh,
You put him to sleep.
oh, oh.
Oh, a minute has probably passed. No, the sage has been thrown out the window.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
The sage was thrown out the window. She is surfing off with the shadows with the sage. He's totally alive.
oh shit.
Yeah, it's a kidnapping.
We have to try.
Yep, my last spell slot.
I got 2 more. Yeah. Can we just jump out the window?
Yep, I cast Featherfall.
Okay. While you all do that, I'm going to shift perspectives. Sora, are you there?
Yep, still here. Just watching this like I'm watching Dimension 20 or something.
So yeah, after getting done staring at the watching Navara, she is fine for the night. The guards not surround you, but the different soul hearts take post in this room. And as you are just kind of waiting, watching outside, you hear people in the garden shouting in surprise. You can rush out to the garden if you so wish. Do you want to rush out to the garden before I...
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Billy's bag of holding?
I'm sorry, I forgot I switched to that at the beginning of the session.
Okay. I was just like, what is that?
Sorry.
You can rush out side to the terrace garden. Or not to the garden the other terrace neighborhoods are above you. You can give me a perception check, but you're going to see like this streak of darkness, like this cloud. But it's not like white or fog or anything. It obscures more of the night, and you can see it so clearly because it's against the light of the guiding star. It is just a shifting cloud of shadows. There is someone on top of it, there's someone in it, as they glide towards the neighborhood beyond. They are booking it, they are a streak. Give me one perception check.
Well,
Amaru, as this is happening, you're trying to make out what it is. Glass is raining on you from above, and you have to stop looking and cover yourself. The rest of the party is jumping out this window.
How
Yep.
far of a drop did you say it was again?
36 feet.
36
feet is what you have to drop to. So you're taking 3 dice of dropping damage, regardless. It's a 84-foot drop if you don't hit the 36 feet.
Okay. And what check would it be to get to the 36?
Wait, wouldn't
Alright.
Featherfall negate it?
Oh yeah, wait, Featherfall.
Oh yeah. Featherfall would negate it. Can you, let's see. Fallen creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round. If the creature lands before the spell ends, it takes no falling damage and can land on its feet. Okay. Let me... Gosh darn it. I do have to Pythagorean theorem this. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I just picked
Huh?
pure utility for everything.
So, they are jumping.
Oh, okay.
They can move 60 feet per round.
Got it.
I need to see what that diagonal is, how long it is. Yeah. Okay. You are going to you're going to cast Featherfall.
Mhm.
Give me one second.
All I got going for me, for damage-wise, is just Firebolt.
Alright, and the square root of this is... God! I'm gonna move this onto screen so that nobody thinks that, like, I am cheating people. You can cover 60 feet per round. The area you need to go to is 61 feet away. I am going to rule that you guys in one round can land onto the neighborhood beyond. Yeah, they have momentum. The spell, they descend 60 feet around though. Okay, you get straight across the neighborhood into, or straight across from out of the office into the neighborhood beyond. Amaru, you see your friends fly out of the window. Do you want to do anything, or do you have anything to join this chase?
I don't think I have any way to get there. I mean, I can try to start going after them, but I'm gonna be there late.
Okay. I will throw you a bone. they do. Yes. I'm going to throw you a bone. You're not the only person who breaks off into a dash down here after this. One of the women that have been out here arguing in armor, the blonde one, is going to say, "Fuck!" Break away from the argument with the other woman and just full start sprinting. The other woman is going to say, "You idiot! There's stables right there! Borrow a horse!" What? She turns and the two of them are going to run towards the stables. If Amario wants to join this chase, you can. I will put you in 3 rounds if they manage to even catch. Or if they manage to even keep up with Tatum.
I will absolutely snag one of those horses. Horses.
There's a... Yeah! I'll roll you a percentage die if you take Jasper's horse.
Oh
no. No, you're fine. That said, you run into these stables behind them. There are servants tending to the animals because some of these people are staying here overnight. And as the 2 women in front of you go to grab a horse, the servants are going to say, "No, this belongs to," and they're going to say, "We're with the Kalkin. We have a diplomatic meeting. We'll pay for whatever's needed in the future." He says, "Okay." He steps back. He lets the 3 of you go, even though you're not a Kalkin member. That said, you can grab a horse. The 2 of them are going to ride off. I will add you to this chase sequence in 3 rounds. Okay, you know, it's always so weird that I never remember where the chase table is. But I always have to end up going back to it. Chases, 252. Beautiful. Alright, so I normally don't like using this chase table. Generally, if I run a chase sequence, I like to use my chase deck. But I have it buried away because it's been a hot second since I've ran one of these, and most of the time I plan for them. So we're going to use this table. As you are chasing Kadam, you can keep the briefest sights of her as she turns between rooftops and alleys and buildings and towers, and you only get the faintest 2 seconds of a sight of her. You're going to need at least 3 nat 20s to catch her. So everybody roll me a d20, the 3 of you, and she also has to roll on this table.
Okay. I just have to get within 60 feet and I can cast Hold Person. Or take a chance at Hold Person.
Why is the
What
horse
is-
talking?
How far away is she? Is she within 120 feet?
I'm going to say no. And even if she was, you don't have sight on her to cast any spell that requires sight. You get the idea of where she's going. You don't know where she's going, but you can see the direction of turn, that way.
What check is it?
Flat d20 rolls.
Okay. So
I want you all to know I've set an impossibly high bar for you.
Okay. I missed out on the distance bit, but is she within 60 feet?
She is not.
Damn. If I just have to get within 60 feet, and I can try hold person.
Okay, that is a beautiful set of rolls. You all have, not encountered any obstacles as you are just trying to see her. She does get further away from you, but you still have the chance to close some distance as you see her change slightly directions. You can shuffle down a different street. Roll me another set of d20s. All right. Let's see that.
Wait, am I doing
11
this too?
Yeah, Ivana's in here also.
Okay.
Okay. Did you just roll 3?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I should have explained this better
confused.
to you all. It's you roll 1d20 per round of the chase. I've given you 3 rounds. It can be,
okay.
Yeah, in this time period, unless you guys get some glorious luck, of 3 rounds of chasing, you're not going to catch her. That's
Oh, I thought you meant by like 3 per round. Oh, just take my first 3.
Okay, I'll take those first 3. That's fine. That said, for Misty, first round for Ivana, beautiful. Second round, as you guys are chasing Kadam, she is going to swoop down into a street, trying to lose you by turning a direction that you can't see. She swoops down and weaves her way through a maze of barrels or crates or similar obstacles, navigating it pretty much with ease. You see the traces of her shadows move by. For Ivana, you come upon a pack of dogs fighting over food, and I'm going to say this is spilled out from one of the barrels she's moved by. Make a DC 10 dexterity acrobatics check to get through the pack unimpeded. On a failed check, you are bitten and take 1d4 piercing damage. And the dogs count as 5 feet of difficult terrain. Give me a DC 10 dexterity check. Or acrobatics, 18. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You are going to push through, the dogs sensing your immediate, nature, your serious nature, and they are going to move out of the way as you trump by. Let's see, for Sable, that was a 18, and then your second roll was a 9. As you turn a corner, looking for the way Kadam went, leading the pack, an overzealous guard mistakes you for someone else. If you move 20 feet or more on your turn, the guard makes an opportunity to attack with a spear to hit you. As you come barreling around this corner, dissipating shadows, dissolving around you, you're going to run headfirst into a chainmail lady and says, hey, what's going on? Do you leave her, or do you try and get out of this situation?
Can I explain whilst running past, or is it one or the other?
You know what? Give me a persuasion check. Give me a persuasion check. You gain advantage if you use less than 8 words.
Okay.
You can go over 8 words. You're fine.
Okay. Not that bad.
What are you saying?
Oh, I gotta think about that.
That's one of the Scary things about charisma skills. The Dungeon Master forces you to use them.
I just shout whilst I'm running past. The sage has been goddamn taken, and I just keep running.
Okay. She'll look up and say, "Wait." Looking at all of the dissolving shadow, she's going to take off into a run, but not really know where she's running, chasing the shadow in a different direction. You all still lose glimpses of Kadam. The shadow dissolving is your only leads. Go ahead and give me one final round of d20s. And I'll take the top one for Phoenix, the 16. You want one nat 20 here. Somebody getting... Sable, go ahead and roll me a flat d20.
Oh no.
Alright, Misty, you catch up with the rest of the group. Well, hold on, let me do Sable, because Sable has a obstacle. The ground beneath your feet is slippery with rain, spilled oil, or some other liquid. Maybe dissolving liquid shadows. Make a DC dexterity 10 or DC 10 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, you fall prone.
Okay.
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha.
You run into this cloud of shadows, slip, fall on your face. Ivana, you catch up, and Anthem is going to catch up too. As these shadows dissolve in each direction, you all have lost Kadam's trail.
I'm guessing I was never within 10 feet of her.
You were not.
Okay.
That said, clomping up the street where this last big patch was found, Amaru has joined the group. You are all together in this alleyway.
So, what do we do now? We can't see her anymore.
We have to alert everyone.
Like, yeah, right now.
Would I know anything about these Shadow Knights? And specifically her?
Kadam? You've got some contacts. I'll give you a history check. DC 20, unfortunately. I'm sorry. That's a high DC.
Exactly.
I haven't looked at your roll. I'm gonna
Dirty
make the
20.
DC to 18. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. 20, yes. You have heard the name, Kadam, before. Very loosely in the criminal underworld. She is a doppelganger, much like yourself, and she was created by a former Shadow Knight, an assassin in town, even more capable than Kadam. No one knows why Nyla started taking less jobs, but eventually she stopped taking as many jobs and created Kadam and lets Kadam run about the city. That said, you are aware of the name Kadam, and you are aware of the name Nyla Loonfall, who created her.
Nyla who?
Loonfall, hold on. Let's remove this information from there, and I will show you the character. and I'll actually just edit her information of this. Created Kaden and former Shadow Knight. There you go. Can you see that now?
Where?
If it didn't share... Oh, it's only showing to me. Hold on, let's try this again. Did that show for all of you?
Yep.
Okay, cool beans. But yes, you're aware of who created Kadum. They are a former Shadow Knight, and a lazy assassin. Whew. Anthem. I'm going to give you a intelligence check, a friendly dungeon master poke. DC 8. The rest of the party, you'll get the same check, DC 10, minus Amaru, DC 14.
Exactly 8.
Okay.
15.
Sable, if you want to roll, you're welcome to. Misty. Well, actually, I'll go from the bottom up.
Oops, just kicked the table.
Anthem, you were tasked with grabbing a specific book from the sage's office. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be around to stop you, if you wanted to search for it. Misty, for Ivana, the sage was regretting something and talking about some people were going to send someone to kill him, but they hadn't sent anyone yet. If he had evidence of it, perhaps it would be in his private quarters. And same for Sora. Holy shit, what just happened? Was that the sage? Was that an assassin? Investigating the crime scene could potentially yield information.
So we should go back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sable, looking at the sky, you are still putting together potentials of like finding or divining on her. Unfortunately, you didn't roll high enough, but you know, you have whatever information you have as a player.
Right. Should we go back to a study and take a look around, see if we can find anything about who or why? I could infer some whys, but like who could have done this? Like who's behind it?
It's worth a try.
Yeah,
I know some names.
yeah, because I don't think she was working alone. She didn't seem very experienced.
No, she was.
We should go back.
All right. You can go back into the sage's estate, and climb your way back to his tower. As you make your way to his office, actually, I want to do this one. I like this one better. As you make your way to his office, I'm going to roll you one check, and I want that music. Give it back. There we go. As you make your way to his office, Ranny has woken up. He's looking through the or you know what? Actually, Ranny will have left the office. There are Soul Heart guards that are tending to him downstairs. Generally, everybody's concerns are all over the place, checking who's still here, who's okay out of the diplomats. The as you make your way up the stairs, there are a few soul heart here. Too, there's a dead body in the bookshelves, or not in the bookshelves, that they're tending to found in the northern part of this room between the bookshelves. If as you step into the room, you can. There's one person inside this room, standing over the desk. You are going to see the heiress of the Soulheart family. She has the journal out on the desk as she looks towards the window and looks towards you all. She has it opened on the first page, her fingers pressing it down as she was reading it. She'll stop for a moment as you step into the room and look towards Ivana and say, our job is to protect the sage and the different members of the Chantry. It's the Unrepentant's job to bring vengeance for this. The area is yours. She nods to Ivana, and she's going to step out of the room. I'll make sure no one disturbs you.
Thank you.
Eyeballs, like, just dead stare at Amaru walking by.
Alright, let's look around, I guess. I don't really know
What
we're
does she
looking
have
for.
against Amaru?
Amaru's a little Nagian. The country's about to go to war with them.
I think we should maybe look at his personal journal first, right? I feel like that's probably going to have the most information.
Yeah.
Or like relevant information.
Alright. Let me get this for you. I don't think I have it all written out exactly, but I think I have a good summary of it. And here we go. Alright. As you open the journal, or not as you open the journal, it was already open when you got here. Just like was reading it and has read it. As you open it, the page is entitled "The Sins of Helshindoris." The first page is a lengthy apology, and it starts with, "I know it is against my faith to keep secrets, and when I die, I hope someone will find this book and bring all I've done in the dark out to the light. May the goddess, should she ever care for humanity, still find mercy on my soul and providence. May the Four forgive me for being unable to live up to the example. If history shall speak my name, I know my deeds were wrong, but I've done everything I've done in service to my nation, my gods, and to the people." How much time are we at? Because I'm gonna give you. So how about we end there? I'll send you all the journal, and we'll pick up next session with reading the journal and saying it on stream. But I will send it all to your group.
Okay.
All right. Great session. You all beat the Shadow Demon. Honestly, be completely honest with you, that was everything I had planned for session 1, and I wanted that to be kind of like our cinematic intro into the campaign. Kadam wasn't a creature I was planning on you guys to actually like fight or chase, which made me shocked that you guys did, because I was like, oh my god, she might kill him. No. But I love the boldness, and it gives me ideas of the characters I'm working with, so I can better like suit you guys. And just fucking cool as Flip just flying out of a window after her.
If we didn't have Featherfall, we'd be dead probably.
It was my last spell slot too.
It was a very difficult jump. I was like sitting and starting to do the calculations for a leap or for a jump check, using strength, and I was just like, oh my god, do I just TPK my party with the tower? God's, or rather, player's greatest enemy, gravity. But no. I'm going to milestone everybody for a proper introduction to our campaign. So I think that makes 2 milestones. So when we get to 3, we'll level up. And I want to give everybody a flat 30 inspiration. Anthem, I didn't subtract inspiration from you for your successful roll. So minus 15 for that one successful fortune check you had. And I'm also going to minus 10 misfortune from Sable. And you know what? Ivana, you avoided bridge fight. Minus 20 misfortune. Congratulations.
Nice. I have go down to 40. I have 41. Go down to 21.
Okay. And yeah, we'll pick up here next session. So for Jasper, welcome to our group. What I like to do is hang out for like 30 minutes after the session. I just make myself available for any story questions or Roll20 questions or things like that. And I invite anyone on stream to come hang out with us. You don't have to. You can dip if you want. But it just is what it is. Thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy your night. Bye!